Yes, sir. Now I got the message.
Okay. So we shall start today with one of the very important topics, that is conversions. Conversions. Okay. So conversions means, you know that in organic compounds there are two portions, one of which is called an alkyl group and the other is called a functional group. This is an alkyl group and this is the functional group. Just like our name has two portions, our name similar to that of alkyl group and our surname similar to that of functional group. So just like our surname is more important than our name, because our name signifies an individual, but our surname signifies our whole family from which we have come. Okay, so exactly in the similar way, alkyl group is signifying a particular compound, whereas functional group signifies the whole family. Like, say for example, CH3OH, CH3, CH2OH, CH3, CH2, CH2OH. They all have different alkyl groups. This alkyl group is methyl group, this is ethyl group, this is propyl group, but all of them belong to the same family because all of them have the same functional group, that is OH group, which we call as alcohol. All of them are alcohols, and the family name that we use in organic compounds is what? It is called a homologous series. Homologous series. Okay, homologous, GOUS. So when we carry out the conversions, the conversion can be of both types. We can change the functional group also, or we can change the alkyl group also. So when you are carrying out chemical reactions, so obviously in that particular case, either you can increase the number of carbon atoms. Now when I ask you to increase the number of carbon atoms, that can be done in the alkyl group, or I can change the functional group also, keeping the number of carbon atoms intact. So when I am during any conversion increasing the number of carbon atoms, keeping the functional group intact, so carbon numbers increase. So such type of conversions are referred to as step-up conversions. Stepping up, that means we are increasing. But if we do not make any change in the number of carbon atoms, suppose methyl group remains methyl, but only the functional group is changing, and there is no increase in the number of carbon atoms as a whole, so that cannot be called as step up, because that will be parallel reaction. Parallel means the number of carbon atoms remains intact. And during any conversion, if there is a decrease in the number of carbon atoms, then that is called step down conversion. Suppose you are converting methanol to ethanol, so that will be an example of step up conversion, because number of carbon atoms are increasing. And if you are converting ethanol to methanol, that will be called as step down conversion, because you are decreasing the number of carbon atoms. Now, today we will mainly focus on step up conversion. But even if you are learning step up conversions, you must know the parallel reactions as well. So for the time being, I am giving you some list of parallel reactions with the help of which we can carry out the step up conversions. So You can write down those list of parallel reactions. Parallel reactions means those reactions where number of carbon atoms remain intact. Say for example, when alcohols are treated with phosphorus, any halogen, where this can be chlorine or bromine especially, can be iodine also. So we can put iodine as well. Then it will be converted to alkyl halide. Is it step up or parallel reaction? Just see, look at the number of carbon atoms. Is it increasing?
No, sir.
No. How do I know that carbon atoms are not increasing? Because it was R prior to the reaction, and after the reaction also it is R, isn't it? So it is a parallel reaction. Similarly, when alkyl halides are treated with aqueous KOH, they will be converted to alcohol. So you need to remember these reagents for the time being, that what reagent should be given so as to convert one particular functional group to another. In all these parallel reactions, we will see that functional groups are undergoing change. Functional groups are changing. Okay. Number 3, suppose you have an alcohol.
So can you write bigger?
Can I write what? Bigger?
A little bigger, the letter.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just. Is it okay? Because I need to cover more reactions. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. It is. Yes, sir.
So when it is oxidized with acidified potassium dichromate, it is converted to carboxylic acid. Is it parallel reaction or step up reaction?
Parallel reaction.
Parallel again, because the number of carbon atoms are intact. R, R, C, C. So all are parallel reactions. Similarly, when carboxylic acids are reduced with lithium aluminium hydride, lithium aluminium hydride is a reducing agent. What are reducing agents? Those which supply hydrogen. And what are oxidizing agents? Those which supply oxygen. So upon oxidation, alcohol gives carboxylic acid. Upon reduction, carboxylic acid will give alcohols containing same number of carbon atoms. Suppose you have alkane nitriles, RCN. When they are hydrolyzed in acidic medium, they are hydrolyzed to give carboxylic acids. Again, parallel reaction. When alkane nitriles are treated with lithium aluminium hydride. What is lithium aluminium hydride? What is the nature of lithium aluminium hydride? Just now I told you.
Reducing agent.
Reducing agent. So it will be converted to RCH2NH2 amines. Okay, they are converted to amines. Number 7, when amines are treated with nitrous acid plus, actually nitrous acid is to be used alone, or nitrous acid has to be prepared during the course of the reaction. I can also put NaNO2 plus HCl, or you can also put HONO, nitrous acid, HNO2. It is converted to alcohols. So these are set of 7 reactions which are referred to as parallel reactions. And during all these reactions, you can see that alkyl groups are not undergoing any change. What is undergoing change is only the functional group. The functional groups are undergoing change. So you have to remember what reagent should be added so that the functional group gets changed to another functional group. They have to be specific. You cannot add as you desire because all these are practically established reactions. Have you completed writing the reactions?
Sir,
Sir, what was
Yes.
the first reaction?
sir, seven reaction is not visible for me.
Seventh one is not visible.
No, sir.
Just a minute. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Kshitiz, what was your question?
Sir, can you repeat the first reaction? What was P
ROH,
here?
ROH, on the arrow phosphorus, comma, halogen. Phosphorus, comma, halogen. We are adding up halogen as well as phosphorus. P stands for phosphorus. Have you all written down?
Yes, sir.
You must not miss out any chemical reaction because they will be utilized now. And how they are going to get utilized, you will learn slowly. So for the time being, I am putting on the 7 reactions, all of which are the reactions which are used to convert one functional group to another without increasing the number of carbon atoms. And that is why I have used the name parallel reactions for them. Okay, should I proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let us talk about step-up conversion. Step-up conversions are what kind of conversions? Tell me. What happens in step-up conversions?
The number of carbon atoms increase.
The number of carbon atoms increase. So now we will have to consider such a chemical reaction where the number of carbon atoms increase. And for that, we will have to take alkyl halides, RX. When alkyl halides are treated with potassium cyanide, remember, in alcoholic medium, number of carbon atoms increase by 1 because the moment the cyanide group gets in, is there not an increase in the number of carbon atom by 1? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is called a step-up conversion. And no matter whatever be the functional group given to you, your main aim should be to somehow convert the given compound to alkyl halide. Now, out of all sets of parallel reactions that I have given you, there is only one way by which alkyl halide can be prepared. What is that way? How can you prepare alkyl halide? There is only one reaction through which alkyl halide can be prepared. What is that?
From alcohols.
Yes. Upon treatment of alcohols with phosphorus in presence of any of the 3 halogens, chlorine, bromine, or iodine. Suppose now you are given a question, convert methanol to ethanol. Is it not step-up conversion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Why? Because number of carbon atoms need to be increased. But we know that out of all the reactions that are present on the board, there is only one reaction with the help of which you can increase the number of carbon atoms. And that is treatment of alkyl halides with potassium cyanide. But what compound you have to start away with? What compound is given in your hand? Is it an alkyl halide or is it an alcohol?
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
It is an alcohol. So our main aim is to convert the alcohol to alkyl halide, because we know that only upon treatment of alcohol with phosphorus and bromine, I could have taken phosphorus, chlorine also, or phosphorus, iodine also. But if you are taking phosphorus, bromine, the product will be CH3Br. Clear? Yes or no? Just compare.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, once we have got the alkyl halide in our hand, can we go for step-up conversion now?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? What should I add to increase the number of carbon atom?
Alcoholic KCN.
Potassium cyanide. What will be the product if I add KCN to CH3Br? Compare with this reaction and tell me. Yes. What will be the product? If this upon reaction with KCN gives this, then this upon reaction with KCN will give what?
CH3CN.
CH3CN. How many carbon atoms are there now?
The two.
2.
2.
2. And we require 2 only in the final compound, isn't it? So number of carbon atoms that were required has been established. But now again with the help of this, we need to convert to this, and for that we will have to refer to the parallel reaction. So any idea what should I do with CH3CN? Refer to these reactions and tell me. Yes, tell me. What should I do? Any idea? Kshitij?
I think it will be we have to use fourth number reaction. It is with
Reagent or नाम टुकवा?
Sir, we have
I can use either this or this, any one of the two, isn't it?
yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Because both of them are starting from CN. So if I use H3O plus, say, what will be the product? Compare and tell me.
CH3COH.
Very good. CH3COH. I require this. Is there any direct way where carboxylic acid can be converted to alcohols?
So by treating it with lithium aluminum hydride.
Very good. By treating this with lithium aluminum hydride. Don't make any change in the number of carbon atoms. Is it clear? Did you get what was required? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or if you think, no, I don't want to use H3O plus, I want an alternative, what should I add?
So lithium aluminum hydride.
If I treat this with lithium aluminum hydride, what will be the product?
Sir, CH3 CH2 NH2.
CH3 CH2 NH2. What should I treat this with so that we can get again ethanol?
Sir, H3O plus.
There is no reaction of
So
NH2 with
H2NO.
H2 plus HONO. Will it not give it again the same product? Yes or
sir.
no? Understood?
So can you repeat the whole process again?
Okay. All these reactions are called parallel reactions. In parallel reactions, only functional groups are changing. Number of carbon atoms remain intact. Now, if you are to convert this molecule to this molecule, it is clear to us that we need to increase the number of carbon atoms. And for that, we will make use of this single reaction, because with the help of the single reaction, carbon atoms are found to increase. So what needs to be done is whatever compound is given to us, obviously it is not this. Our main aim should be to somehow convert this to alkyl halide. Now, because the given set is an alcohol, according to the first reaction, we can directly convert it into alkyl halide, and therefore we have added phosphorus in case of bromine, in presence of bromine, to make it alkyl halide. Once we are capable of making it alkyl halide, we can then and there increase the number of carbon atom by adding potassium cyanide. So our main job was to increase the number of carbon atom. That we have done with the help of the alkyl halide. And again, we need to convert the given compound with 2 carbons to required compound. And for that, again, we make use of parallel reactions. So as a whole, everywhere parallel reactions will be used except for when the number of carbon atoms was required to be increased. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Have you written down this conversion, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Move on
Sir.
to the second question.
Sir, step up conversion যোনটো যেন আছে এটা sir হেতু sir parallel reaction under to আহিব ন sir এটা তো functional group change হৈ আছে
ইয়াত মই step up conversion of functional group change হ'ব পাৰে, কিন্তু number of carbon atoms to increase হৈ আছে, that is more important. This cannot be called as parallel reaction কারণ carbon atom change হৈছে. ঠিক আছে?
sir sir
ethylamine to methylamine. So first you need to know what is the formula of ethylamine. Can anybody tell me? This is step down hoy gol na. Ethylamine to, we have to increase the number of carbon atoms. Propylamine. Okay, tell me, ethylamine, what do you think will be the formula? Ethylamine. What is an amine group?
CH3 CH2 NH2.
Very good. CH3 CH2 NH2. This is ethylamine. Ethyl group is CH3 CH2. Amine group is NH2. And propylamine, what will be the formula?
CH3 CH2 CH2 NH2.
Propyl stands for 3 carbons. Okay. So this is also step up or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now can you tell me what should I do with ethylamine so that we can do the step up conversion? Step up conversion can be done only with alkyl halide. That is the information provided to us. What is there in your hand is amine group. So what should I change the amine to? There is no direct reaction with the help of which amine can be converted to alkyl halide.
HONO di sir OH sir convert kori pala sir
Very
OH
good.
sir
লাহে লাহে ধৰিব পাৰিবা। So first I will treat this with HONO. What will happen? What will be the product?
CH3, CH2, so CH2, so OH. So
You cannot
CH,
increase the number of carbon atoms.
just
CH3, CH2, OH, isn't it?
Oh.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Others have understood or not what we are doing?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now that we have alcohol in our hand, can I convert it into alkyl halide?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
What should I treat this with? P, Br2 we can give. Will it not be CH3, CH2, Br? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I have got my alkyl halide. Now I can increase the number of carbon atom by 1. What should I add?
KCN.
KCl.
Sorry, potassium cyanide.
To get CH3, CH2, CN, number of carbon atoms tinita whole.
Yes, sir.
Now what? Now what should be done? Tell me.
Sir, with
So LIA, so the LiAlH4.
Will it not be converted to what we required?
yes, sir.
Isn't it? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
একেটা বস্তু ঘুরি ঘুরি ইউজ কৰিবা, ঘুৰাই ঘুৰাই ইউজ কৰিবা, খালি তোমাৰ ইনিশিয়াল পইণ্ট টু ফাইনেল পইণ্ট টু মই চেঞ্জ কৰি আছো, আদাৰৱাইজ এভৰিথিং ইজ সেম। বুজিলা?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. हो गया? Should I rub it?
Yes, sir.
Try out the next one yourself. Let me see how many of you can do it properly. Number 3. Methanoic acid to ethanoic acid. Can anyone tell me what is the formula for methanoic acid?
CH3COOH.
No, beta. CH3COH has 2 carbons as a whole. COH also has got carbon. You have to count on the total carbons, isn't it?
HCOH.
HCOH. Methanoic acid is HCOOH. Remember that. Don't get confused. Overall, there is 1 carbon. And because the carbon is part of the functional group, that should also be counted. And what is the formula for ethanoic acid?
CH2COH.
Yes, CH3COH. So this is also step up or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Try it out. Try out quickly. Let me see how many of you can do it correctly. There is only one reaction with the help of which carbon atoms can be increased. There is no other reaction present on the board. What is the first step you have done? Anyone? What will be the first step, do you think?
LiAlH4. LiAlH4.
What will it give when it is treated with LiAlH4?
HCH2OH.
HCH2OH.
Can I write CH3OH?
Yes, sir.
Carbon atoms are intact. Don't increase the carbon atom. It is not step up. After that,
Sir,
yes.
potassium and Br.
The phosphorus.
Phosphorus and Br.
Phosphorus, bromine. You cannot give potassium cyanide now.
Yes, sir.
Only when it is converted to alkyl halide, you can give potassium cyanide. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then what?
CH3CN.
Then what should I add to get the final product?
H3
3O
plus.
plus.
H3O plus.
Do I get my required product or not?
Yes, sir.
Clear? অকণমান
Yes.
আগতকে বেছি clear হৈছে?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it understood to everyone? Still anybody is not understanding, please ask me. Organic is very important. And you are not supposed to miss any class of organic. If you miss, you will be nowhere. Okay? Done?
Yes, sir.
Try out number 4. Methyl bromide to ethyl chloride. What is the formula for methyl bromide?
CH3Br.
Okay. And what is the formula for ethyl chloride?
CH3, CH2Cl.
Ethyl is CH3CH2Cl. Okay, try it out. Is it step up or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what do you think will be the first reagent to be added to CH3Br?
KCN.
Yes.
CN.
Directly we can add a potassium cyanide because we are already given alkyl halide. So after we put KCN, one carbon atom will be increased, and from that you need to convert that into CH3CH2Cl. So accordingly, you think what can be done with the help of the parallel reactions. Anybody who has completed can tell me and share his or her idea what they have done.
So after reacting with KCN, it is converted into CH3CN, and after that we
Yes.
have to react with LiAlH4, this lithium aluminum hydrate.
It's up to you. There are two ways. Either you can hydrolyze it with H3O plus, or you can reduce it. But what I want is ethyl chloride should be the final product.
Okay.
There are two ways of doing it. Jyotirma, is it done? Ayan Hussain, you must have completed.
Sir, done, sir.
Okay, tell me the steps.
So CH3Br sub KCN is the react koi pala sir CH3CN or leso. So sir CH3CN2 sir LiAlH4 react koi pala sir
So done.
CH3CH2 NH2 convert koi so. So CH3CH2 NH2 sir HONOD react koi pala sir CH3CH2 OH or leso. So sir PX2 sir PXD sir react koi pala sir CH3CH2 Cl or leso.
X2 क्यों लो इसा? X2 तो generalized. I
So
want
X
chloride.
the CL, so
P,
sorry, sir, CL2.
Cl2.
So yes, sir, CL2.
CH3Br is treated with potassium cyanide, you get CH3CN. Now, either you can hydrolyze it, you will get CH3COH. Some of you might have used this path, that is also allowed. LiAlH4, or better, I write this way, LiAlH4, you get CH3CH2OH, or as Ayan said, I can treat this with LiAlH4 also to give you CH3CH2NH2. Then you have to treat this with HON, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Pathways are different, but you can get ethanol from both steps. And once you get ethanol, you can treat this with phosphorus, chlorine. Because what I want is chloride. Clear?
Yes, sir.
I hope it is understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So remember this step of conversion using potassium cyanide method. There are various ways of increasing the number of carbon atoms, but for our syllabus, this is one of the important methods. And all these reactions you will get as you go individually to all the chapters one by one. But I have taken the gist first. I've taken the conclusion first, and I'm applying it in step up conversions. Ho gaya? Should I rub it? Everyone has understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we go to step down conversion, where we need to decrease the number of carbon atoms. So in step down, again, parallel reactions will be common. There will be no change in the parallel reactions. But what will be the change is the key step where we need to step down. We need to decrease the number of carbon atoms. Step down can be done from carboxylic acids. You all are familiar with the fact that carboxylic acids are RCOH. When you treat this with ammonia and heat, it is converted to acid amide, not amine. Amine is only NH2. If I would have written RNH2, it would have been amine, but it is CONH2, it is acid amide. Is it step down or still it is parallel?
Parallel.
Parallel.
It is parallel. There is no change in the number of carbon atom. But why did I give you this parallel reaction in step down? Because the starting material for stepping down is amide, and nowhere amide is there in the parallel reaction. So amide gets connected with these set of reactions via carboxylic acid, and that is why I had to give carboxylic acid to amide first. Then you treat this with bromine and KOH. Amides will be getting converted to amines. This is a very important reaction that you will get in the chapter of amines. And this reaction you should remember is Hoffman degradation. Degradation means decrease. Hoffman degradation, which means that if you are given to decrease the number of carbon atoms by 1, then somehow you have to convert that given compound to carboxylic acid. And for that, the parallel reactions are in front of you. And after carboxylic acid has been prepared, convert it into amide by heating with ammonia. And thereafter carry out Hoffman degradation, where amide is treated with bromine and KOH. So immediately the CO part will be vanishing, okay, as it is going along with the other byproducts, the details of which you will get in amines chapter. Short notes come on Hoffman degradation, but for the time being, we are applying the Hoffman degradation and decreasing the number of carbon atoms. So is not this reaction step down conversion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, number of carbon atoms are decreasing, isn't it? Now what we are going to do is, whatever we have just now discussed under step up, if you reverse all those questions, automatically they will become step down questions or not?
So could you
What was the
repeat?
first question that I gave you in step up? Convert what to what?
Sir, from CH3OH to CH3CH2OH.
That means methanol to ethanol, isn't it? If I reverse
Yes, sir.
this, will it not become step down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just as during the step up, what was our main aim? Can anybody tell me? During step up, what was our main aim? Given compound has to be somehow converted to what?
Alkyl halide.
Alkyl halide. But now what should be our main aim to get down? Given compound should be converted somehow to
Alkyl halide.
So carboxylic acid.
carboxylic acid. Because if we do not get carboxylic acid, we cannot get amide. If we cannot get amide, we cannot decrease the number of carbon atom by 1. How can we convert alcohol to carboxylic acid? What reagent should I give? It is there in the parallel reaction. Tell me.
Okay, to
K2Cr2O7.
The product will be CH3COH or not?
Yes, sir.
Now what should I treat this with?
NH3.
Only NH3 will not do. Heat also, na? Okay. Still it is parallel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now what should I do?
KOH. Yeah.
What will be the product?
CH3 H3NH2.
What should I treat this with so as to get this? Is there any direct way?
HONO.
Yes. How amines can be converted to alcohol?
HONO. HONO.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Rest everything is same. The only difference is previously when you were stepping up, your main aim was to somehow convert the given compound to alkyl halide. But now when we are doing step down, your main aim should be to convert the given compound somehow to carboxylic acid. Otherwise, rest all parallel reactions will be same. Understood? What was the second question I gave you?
Sir, it was from ethylamine to propylamine.
So now do the reverse. Try it out. Let me see how many of you can do. Propylamine to ethylamine. So বারবার মই এটাই বস্তু কৈ আছো আগতে স্টেপ আপত আমাৰ মেইন এইমটো আছিল কিবা কৈ গিভেন কম্পাউন্ড টু এলকাইল হেলাইডলে চেঞ্জ কৰিব but now our main aim should be to convert the given compound somehow to carboxylic acid so that Hoffman degradation can be carried out. What is the first step?
HONO.
HONO.
Yes, HONO. So propyl amine will be converted to what upon treatment with HONO? What is the name of the product when propyl amine is treated with HONO? Tell me.
Sir, CH3CH2.
Name it.
Propanol.
Propanol. Propan-1-ol specifically. Because when the number of carbon atoms are more than 2, you have to specify the position of the functional group. It is propan-1-ol. What should be done with propan-1-ol thereafter?
K2Cr2O7.
K2Cr2O7.
What will be the product?
Ethanoic acid.
How can it be ethanoic? Prop cannot suddenly become it because so far you have not carried out. It is propanoic acid. Until unless you carry out Hoffman degradation, prop will never become it. Prop will remain prop. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, once you get propanoic acid, then what it should be treated with?
NH3 and heat.
Heat.
Okay, so when you give NH3 and heat, what will be the name of the product? What functional group is formed? Amide, na? So amide with 3 carbons. Amide with 3 carbons will be called what?
Propamide.
Propanamide. It will be propanamide. Okay. After that, what should be done with propanamide?
Br2
Br2
Br2KOH. Now the time will come when you can drop down 1 carbon. So propanamide will get converted to what?
ethylamide.
How many carbons you have got now? 2, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So 2 होने से क्या नाम होता है उसका? Ethyl. And what is the functional group left with? NH2. What will be the name?
Ethylamide.
Ethyl amide na amine?
Amine.
Amine. Ethylamine. So this is what we were actually wanting to get, isn't it? আমার কি লাগে? Ethylamine হে লাগে? Question to swap. What is the final product we want? Is it not ethylamine? So we get our destination, isn't it? Clear is it?
Yes, sir.
Now those who cannot catch me, what am I saying? I'm writing it down. We have CH3, CH2, CH2, NH2, which needs to be converted to CH3, CH2, NH2. As I said, our main aim should be to convert the given compound somehow to carboxylic acid. CH3, CH2, CH2, NH2, HONO. CH3, CH2, CH2OH. K2Cr2O7/H plus. You get CH3, CH2COOH. Treat this with ammonia and heat. You get CH3, CH2CONH2. Treat this with bromine plus KOH. Drop down 1 carbon, you get CH3, CH2NH2. Clear? See whether the steps are understood or not. Carefully look at it. And still, any one of you having doubt can come out with doubts. What is the name of this compound? Let us again repeat.
Propylamine.
Propylamine. But IUPAC name will be propanamine. Okay. What is the name of this?
Propan-1-ol.
Propan-1-ol. What is the name of this?
Propanoic acid.
Propanoic acid. What is the name of this?
Propanamide.
Propanamide. What is the name of this?
Ethylamine.
Very good. Ethylamine but ethanamine. When we are using IUPAC name, it is ethanamine and common name is ethylamine. Okay, should I move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Chitesh, you are there or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any problem?
No, sir.
No problem. See, I can name only those who can interact, and those who are not interacting, you will be in loss. I don't remember those names also. Point number 3. What was the last question under point number 3?
Methanoic acid to ethanoic acid.
Reverse it.
Ethanoic acid to methanoic.
Ethanoic acid to methanoic acid. Ruchika is there?
Yes, sir.
Understanding or not?
Yes, sir.
Oh, try it out. I'll ask you now. We had a teacher when we were students who always used to put questions, and we were fed up of him. And we always used to what? We always used to মুখতটো একো ক'ব নোৱাৰো, মনে মনে গালি দিছিলো. But today, after being a teacher, we understand his importance. If he would not have asked question, we would not have studied. And if we would not have studied, the concepts would not have been clear. So সেইকাৰণে মনে মনে গালি পাৰিলেও মই যদি প্ৰশ্ন সুধো তোমালোকৰে ভাল. Ruchika, what is the first step? As morning shows the day. If the first step is here,
Yes,
Ah.
sir. So,
what is the first step?
so we will treat it with NH3 and heat.
Okay, then you will get your answer. If you have picked up the first step correctly, it means you have understood and somehow you are going to get your destination. Ethanoic acid formula is what?
CH3COOH.
What should I add next?
Br2KOH.
Very good. Next,
HONO.
HONO.
next,
K2Cr2O7.
first class. Don't increase the carbon atom because all are parallel reactions. Some of you have a habit of writing this as CH3COH. So ask yourself where from suddenly the carbon will come. Carbon cannot come on its own. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So try out the fourth one yourself. Reverse the previous question. So all step ups automatically become step downs when you reverse them. What was the last one?
Sir, ethyl chloride to methyl bromide.
Yes, can anyone tell me what is the first step to be done?
KOH.
Aqueous KOH.
Aqueous KOH. Please don't put alcoholic KCN thinking that alkyl halide মানে KCN. তেতিয়াহলে কি হ'ব? তুমি KCN দিলে তো increase হৈ যাব ন carbon atom. I don't want to increase it. You get alcohol. What is the next one?
Phosphorus. K2.
No. What is our main aim?
Br2O7.
We need to get carboxylic acid. We should not divert from our focus. It's step down. So we want carboxylic acid. Then
NH3 and heat.
then
Br2
to
and
KOH.
KOH.
उसके बाद
HONO.
very good. Finally,
EBr2.
CpBr2.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Is it understood to everyone? Step up and step down.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, fine. See, when I started off, you almost all of you were very shaky. What is going on, isn't it? But slowly, when the situations came in our control, and we more or less got an idea, the same thing which was looking very, very difficult becomes very easy. This is organic all about. I hope it is understood to everyone. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. I'm not getting the voices of boys. No boy in the class. All have gone. Abhinandan, where are you? Abhinandan Mitro, are you there in the class? He was supposed to be there. Yes, he is there. Abhinandan, you are not there. Now tell me, is it crystal clear or hazy clear? Step up and step down.
Sir, crystal clear.
Sir,
Very
crystal clear.
crystal clear, Hussein. As such, the video will be there even after the class. That is the advantage of using this Wise app. I wanted to have an app which is more fruitful and helpful to you. So even if you forget it before the exams, you can go through the video that will be stored. So after this, let us discuss something which was there in class 11 and it will be required in class 12 again. That is, I don't know whether you have heard about it or not. Heard about it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank God. I thought you will be completely out of your syllabus when this particular question will be asked, whether you have heard about Markovnikov's rule or not. The next question, what is Markovnikov's rule? That so nobody can say, na? Can you
No,
say?
sir.
No.
No,
Okay.
sir.
No. No hole কোনো problem নাই. I'm there to help you out. তার মানে maximum of you are no, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When an unsymmetrical unsaturated hydrocarbon, who comes under unsaturated hydrocarbons?
Alkenes and alkynes.
Very good. Alkenes and alkynes, which have pi bonds in them. C double bond C বা C triple bond C. When an unsymmetrical unsaturated hydrocarbon is treated with a polar reagent, the positive part of the reagent goes to that carbon around the multiple bond which contains more number of hydrogen atoms. This is Markovnikov's. When an unsymmetrical unsaturated hydrocarbon, unsymmetrical means on the two sides of the multiple bond, double bond or triple bond, if number of carbon atoms are unequal, this is unsymmetrical, is treated with a polar reagent. Polar reagents are those which have positive and negative charge on them due to difference of electronegativity. Then the positive part of the reagent goes to that carbon around the double bond or triple bond which contains more number of hydrogen atoms. This is what is Markovnikov's rule. We cannot apply Markovnikov's rule to molecules like these. Why?
Because they are
Because
non.
Because they are
symmetrical.
symmetrical. How do I know they are symmetrical? Because around the double bond or triple bond, distribution of carbon atoms are same or not? This part is just the same as that of the other part, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we should take unsymmetrical hydrocarbons, unsaturated hydrocarbons. Suppose I take, what is the name of this molecule? Yes. How many carbons?
The three.
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 Propanene.
And with a double bond. So is it not
Yes, sir.
propene?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is propene. So when it is treated with, suppose, HBr, is HBr polar or non-polar?
So polar.
It
Polar.
is polar. Who is more electronegative out of hydrogen and bromine?
Bromine.
Bromine.
Very good.
Bromine.
Can I put del minus on bromine and del plus on hydrogen?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
So the pi bond will open up. You know the importance of Howrah Bridge? Howrah Bridge or speciality key?
So
No, no,
it
no.
has polar, pole under it. No poles to hold the bridge.
Okay, that is one of the important aspects. Apart from that, Howrah Bridge can open up. It can open up. That
Yes.
many of us do not know. It can open up if large ships are traveling underneath. That you knew or not? খুলি যাব পাৰে এটো হাবড়া ব্রিজ আছে তো এটো খুলি যাব পাৰে okay so pi bond is also like Havra bridge. It will open up to invite new atoms. So when hydrogen bromide comes and go near the unsaturation, the pi bond will open up to invite hydrogen on one side and bromine on other side. Now, according to Markovnikov's rule, hydrogen should go to which carbon around the double bond? Go through the rule and tell me. Should it come
Hydrogen
to
should
this?
go into the left side.
To the left side. Why? Because hydrogen is positive part. Positive part of the reagent goes to that carbon around the multiple bond which contains more number of hydrogen atoms. Don't count this one. I know this contains maximum number of hydrogen atoms. But Havra bridge is not present here. Havra bridge is present here. Only this can open. Single bonds cannot open. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
So hydrogen will come to this and bromine will come to this one. Clear?
Yes, sir.
This is what is Markovnikov's rule. Or I can write CH3, CHBr, CH. Same way. Suppose you have CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH3 treated with water. Who is the positive part and who is the negative part of water?
OH is the negative part.
OH is negative.
Which is the negative part. Okay. And this reaction has to be carried out in presence of catalyst. Catalyst does not take part in the reaction, only speeds up the reaction. So let me put some acid. Otherwise, water will not directly react with alkene. Nevertheless, so what will be the product? Tell me now. Same way. Complete the product. Yes, what will be the product? Don't get confused by H plus. H plus will not have any role to play. Add up water around C double bond C. What will be the product?
So CH3, CH,
CH3.
OH, CH3.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
H2SO4, which can be written as H plus and HSO4 minus. What will be the product? Same way. Nothing new. কি হবে কোয়া?
Sir, CH3, CH with HSO4 and C3, ACH3.
HSO4 না?
Yes, sir.
ঠিক আছে, Markovnikov's rule clear হইছে?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Markovnikov's rule is valid for what kind of unsaturated hydrocarbons?
Unsymmetrical.
Yes, unsymmetrical. And it is valid for what kind of reagents?
Polar reagents.
Polar
Polar
reagent.
reagents. And it can be any polar reagent. Clear? Should I
Yes.
proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Up to this much, is
Yes,
it clear?
sir.
Okay. So slowly I'll give you doses. Don't worry, you will not vomit it out. But the thing is, once you understand, you will start enjoying the organic. Horu 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 kori jiman concepts ase lahe lahe ami hikim, and then we will apply it. And you will see that when you go to your normal chapter, everything will be clear to you. Etia Markovnikov just opposite at a rule ase. What is that?
Anti-Markov.
anti-Markovnikov's rule. Ja kami peroxide effect बोलियो. ठीक है? Heard about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll have to first understand that this anti-Markovnikov's rule or peroxide effect is applicable to what? It is just opposite to that of Markovnikov's rule, and according to this rule, the positive part goes to that carbon which contains lesser number of hydrogen atoms. This is just opposite to that of Markovnikov's rule. But when will it happen? And who will show? So let me tell you, this rule is followed when unsymmetrical unsaturated hydrocarbons are treated with HBr only in presence of organic peroxide. Only when HBr is added, that too in presence of organic peroxide. If organic peroxide is not there, Markovnikov's rule will be followed. Which means that if you have an unsymmetrical alkene and you treat this with HBr in presence of some organic peroxide, so if peroxide would not have been there, where the Br would have landed? Middle carbon or corner carbon?
Middle.
Middle
Middle.
carbon. But if peroxide is given, then the Br will come to the corner carbon here and H will come to the middle. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can
Yes,
you
sir.
repeat?
If only HBr would have been there, it would have followed Markovnikov's rule. And H will come here, Br will come here. But if peroxide is given, it will just be reversed. Br will go to the corner and H will come at the middle. Clear? Understood or not?
Sir, can you repeat?
You just go through the rule that I have written under anti-Markovnikov. What was Markovnikov's rule? Positive part was going to which carbon? Around the multiple bond. That was containing
More number of each atoms.
and now it will be reversed. So if it is reversed, what will be the result? It will go to that carbon around the multiple bond which contains lesser number of hydrogen atoms, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
H will go to this one and Br will go to the corner. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now same thing that I have explained on the basis of the condensed form can also be explained on the basis of bond line notation. Can I represent propene as this in bond line notation? Just see. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I treat this with HBr only, and in the second one, I treat this with HBr along with peroxide. In the first one, where will the Br go?
The
First
second
carbon.
carbon.
So Br will come here. And in the first one, in the second one, where will the Br come?
In the first carbon.
So when you write first carbon, you have to put a bond. Don't directly put Br here. It will be wrong.
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what will happen if I treat KCN to this? Where will the CN be developing? If I
So
put
put it
KCN to it,
KCN.
what happens when alkyl halides are treated with potassium cyanide? Step up.
Yes, sir.
What will happen? Where will the CN group come? Exactly where the Br was there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if I treat this with KCN, the product will be this or not?
Yes, sir.
But if I treat this one with KCN, then Cl will come here. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And same way, if I hydrolyze it, the CN will be replaced by COH. So position remains intact. So it is very important for the first time where the Br landed, because thereafter when you continuously keep on doing the chemical reaction, the position is not going to get changed. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Once you carry out Markovnikov's addition, whatever was the position of Br, that will remain intact. Once you carry out the anti-Markovnikov's rule, whatever was the position of the Br, that will remain intact, and one after another, depending upon what reagent you are using. So accordingly, the functional groups will also keep on changing. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me what will happen to this product if it is treated with lithium aluminum hydride? If this product is treated with LiAlH4, what will be the product? Ayan Hussain?
Sir, it will be sir converted to sir NH2. Sir CH2 NH2.
CH2NH2. Yes. It will be converted to CH2NH2. Now, second position will be converted to CH2NH2 or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
And if this is treated with LiH4, then what will happen? This will be converted to CH2NH2 or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So that is what is very important for us to understand, that once you carry out Markovnikov or anti-Markovnikov, for the first time where the halogen is coming, exactly at that particular point, further reactions will be carried out. বুঝি পাইছা না?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. ঠিক আছে। So আজি ইমানতে থাকক। Next day, I'll again take some small topics and slowly introduce the concept of organic chemistry. Don't worry, just forget you know anything about class 11. But I don't think you had any problem in understanding today's class, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
No
sir.
problem.
Okay. So wherever required, class 11 concept, I'll explain it here only in class 12. Okay? Thank you.
Okay.
Good night, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.